You may be familiar with inpainting brush. Today I'm going to show you how you can get a similar result with a fill. What is the advantage of using fill instead of the dedicated inpainting brush? For use of fill, we need to pre-select something. So we can choose any selection tool we want to use in that specific situation. So you get a bit more flexibility because there are more selection tools. And in painting brush, it's a simple brush and that's it. Of course, we can modify the brush slightly, but that's kind of limited to the brush settings. So let's explore inpainting fill. As I just mentioned, we will need to do selection. So let's zoom in a bit. All right, and then we can select the basic selection tool, the lasso tool called freehand selection tool here in Affinity Photo version 2. So if you click and draw around the object that you wanna kind of remove, but not really, we will get the selection. Keep in mind, you don't need to be super precise if you are using this tool because we're going to blend this with the backdrop, so we actually need a bit of backdrop in it. All right, as I mentioned, we don't want to remove it because if I hit delete on my keyboard right now, there's a big transparent hole in my image. So that's not good. Let's undo. Instead of simply erasing this stuff, let's go for edit, fill, and it will have this pop-up box when you can decide what color you want to use to fill this. Not really, that's not really what we need. Even we kind of try to pick the color from the backdrop, that's not really what we want. So let's not use the color, let's use inpainting. All right, so in inpainting, the program analyzes the background around the selection and put something similar within here. In our case, it's even duplicate the smaller balloon, but that's fine, we can fix it easily. So I apply inpainting, done, then I can deselect. I use just Command D. You can also go to select and deselect from here, and I'll make a new selection. Let's use different tool this time. Okay, maybe elliptical selection. This way we can have the ellipse just like that. So click on the center of the balloon, drag it out, edit, fill, and now inpainting is already pre-selected because we used it previously. Apply. Gone. Let's try to use the rectangular selection over here. Edit, fill, and we can select inpainting. What I like about Affinity Photo is we already see the result as the preview before even click apply. So that's nice. And it's gone. And we can use other selection tools as well. As I mentioned, there's a quick selection tool now. So if we go with really precise selection like that, let's check that this precise selection worked out for us. So I click edit, fill, inpainting, and as you can see, it's not ideal. As I mentioned before, it's better to actually make a bit larger selection. So what we can do in this case, we can click select and we can grow or shrink the selection. With this handy slider, we can make the selection a bit larger. Apply, edit, fill, inpainting, way better result. Alright, so inpainting fill is one of the ways how we can remove unwanted objects from your pictures. Advantage of this method is we can use multiple selection tools first and then decide on filling this area with the inpainting. If you'd like to learn more about removing unwanted people or objects from your pictures, I just prepared a 2-hour-long class on Udemy. Focus just on that one topic, how to get rid of unwanted stuff from our images. We're going to use all of the healing tools and also a few tricks, because not every case will be solved with just one tool. So we need to learn multiple tools. This way we can switch between them, depends on the position of the object, the contrast of the backdrop type. So if you want to learn more about this, you are really serious about this topic, as I mentioned, I got the Udemy class you can check out. Thank you for learning with me today, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye!